recording. Look at that. Right, hello everyone, and welcome to a Psychosin Podcast with myself, Psychosin, and joining me, the one only Katie.
Ahoy,
Katie
hoy.
Woods.
Ahoy, hoy. Are you still there?
I am still there.
Okay, cool. Just went dead silent.
Oh right, no. I said, how are you doing?
Oh God, sorry. Yeah, I'm good. Bored of being indoors.
Well, that's coming to an end. So, yeah, as of the recording of this, anyway. So many people may recognise the other voice in this chat. Yes, they are now known as Katie. Now, I don't wish to see any dodgy comments or anything against that decision on this podcast. Thank you. Because this is a very, very welcoming channel, as is my radio show, for everyone who is either bi, gay, straight, transgender, non-binary, furry. Help me here, Katie. I can't remember any other genders or sexualities. It's going out of my head.
UFOs, wasps, bees.
Always forget the wasps. That's the one. But yes, it has been a goddamn long time since we've done this. I think maybe 2 years.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
I don't think I've moved yet since the last one.
I don't know. I have a feeling your other half might have been on it though.
Maybe, actually.
I don't think she said much, but she was on it. I think it was just after you moved in there.
Probably, yeah.
Because I was in my old flat. I know that, and I've been here for a year and a half now. So yeah, but this is the Psychosin Podcast. We've got to be speaking music. We've got to be speaking a bit of gaming, but there is a main reason for all this. We'll get into a little bit later. This isn't going to be as long as the other podcasts because, well, let's face it, they were a bit overly long, and we ended up just talking around in circles.
No way.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? So let's start with a bit of gaming. What has Katie been playing recently, or over the last 6 months?
Jesus Christ. Over the last 6 months, the new Monster Hunter's just come out, so that's
yeah, it's
been
Switch only though, is it not?
Switch only. I think coming to PC at some point, maybe half confirmed, but with Capcom putting something on PC, who knows?
I mean, yeah, the other thing is this is Capcom, considering how well Monster Hunter World sold on everything. It'll probably come at PS5 and Xbox, I imagine.
Eventually, I think, yeah.
I mean, this is Capcom who originally said, oh, no, Resident Evil 4 is, GameCube exclusive.
And now it's on everything. Now it's on everything, probably including my toaster.
Trying to work out which one has the more conversions. Like, has Skyrim got more? Has Resident Evil 4 got more? It's a close competition.
Probably Street Fighter 4.
Street Fighter 4? I don't know.
I think Street Fighter 4 was PS3, Xbox 360, 3DS. I think 2-3 different arcade versions.
Yeah.
I think it came to the PS4 eventually.
That's typical Capcom practice. If for the most ported game, it's probably got to be Street Fighter 2.
Oh God, yeah. All the different versions of 2.
Like, I imagine, like, 4 and, the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5 will get another Street Fighter collection at some point soon. So, if it's not already available on the Game Store, Game app or whatever. But yes, anything else as well that you've been playing? Because last time I saw you, you were grinding your way through the epic monster that is Yakuza 0.
Jesus Christ. So I finished the story of Zero.
Yes, talking of the story, they really don't like giving you checkpoints during that last hour boss fight.
Or warning you're about to watch a whole film afterwards.
No, I found that out the hard way.
So did I. I was sitting in front of the screen so that Amber couldn't see it, with an aching back on the edge of a bed for an hour and a half.
Thankful that it was all in Japanese, I'm guessing.
Yes, very thankful.
Yeah, and now you get 1 to 6 to do as well because they're all on Game Pass.
Oh God, I know. I've started 1, then I got distracted by many other things that I've started and not gotten back to, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is the gamer's curse. New games come out and you forget to complete your old ones. Although I've been on a tear recently trying to complete some older ones. I've done all
going
the
through
achievements.
WWE.
Yeah, I've done all the achievements that I could be bothered with in WWE 2K15. Doing 2K16, but some of the achievements seem to be glitched. Trying to get all them done. And then 17, 18, 19, maybe 20.
Maybe not 20.
Well, we'll see. And then 22 is supposed to be coming out. So by the time I've done it, we'll see.
I'm personally waiting for the AEW game that... Is it Ukes?
Yeah, I think that's the reason they stopped doing WWE, because they went, like, Vince McMahon wanted them only do just WWE or something like that.
I think part of the issue was they suggested they're going to be interested in doing AEW games, and then Vince McMahon, being Vince McMahon, told them to fuck off, so they did.
Yeah, in the middle of the development of 2K20.
Which is why it's a massive mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better nowadays, I have to say. Last time I played it, about 6 months ago, it was some level of stable. So
you can load the game now?
Yes. Yeah, you can load the game, and I was actually able to load up your old custom character I made of you.
Do I have a neck? Do I have a neck now?
Yes, your face is not 7 meters away from your head.
Oh, thank God.
I'm glad the cream worked.
Took its time.
Yeah. I've still got to do the rest of Zero, Yakuza 0, and then 1 to 6, and I've also got Like a Dragon as well, which I bought on the day of release. So I've got a lot of Yakuza to get through.
I was going to do Like a Dragon, but I'm going to wait till I've done 1 through 6.
To be honest with you, the way Microsoft are winning at the moment with their Game Pass, probably end up on Game Pass. So,
that's what I'm expecting. Yeah, maybe not this year, but probably by next year, I reckon.
See, I'd agree with you there, but Empire of Sin come out the same day, and I bought both on the same day, and that's already on Game Pass.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, Empire of Sin, which is like this weird XCOM gangster type game, stroke management game, that I didn't realise was done by John Romero of obviously Doom and Quake fame.
I didn't know that.
So, no, I didn't.
I didn't see that advertised anywhere he was working.
No, and somehow I missed on the box a massive label saying Romero Games. That would have been a clue.
That would have done it.
But anyway, yes. And obviously we are doomed next month because we've got Resident Evil 8 and Nier coming out.
Nier is this year.
Nier is next month.
I honestly had no idea. I still need to finish Autonomy.
Nier is in about 2-3 weeks.
Oh, fucking hell. I still need to finish the last one.
I've not done Automata, but the Nier that's coming out is the prequel.
Oh, okay, so you can sort of jump it straight into it and go back to Automata.
Yeah, Nier... I'm going to get the remake, I'm going to enjoy it, but I've got the original on the 360, and they've changed something in it that I'm a bit like, why? Because in the original, you were playing as a dad protecting his daughter. In this one, you're playing as a brother looking after his sister. They've changed that for some reason.
That's an odd change.
Yeah, and there's other...
Is it because of internet culture at the moment? They didn't want anyone shouting out, "Daddy, help me"?
I don't think that'd stop them. I mean, it's Square Enix.
Yeah,
I
good
mean,
point.
If they're not killing God, it's incest. So...
You're not wrong.
But... Yeah, I mean, the other thing is the way the multiple endings worked on the original Nier. You basically had to get your save file onto a USB hard drive, and then if you chose the wrong ending, it literally wiped your save game.
Oh.
So I don't know how they're going to do that with the Xbox One and all that, because you can't back up your saves.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll be interesting. Because one of them is literally like you pick, and it's like, I want to see the world restart or something like that.
I was going to say, is it a case of like the world ends or something like that?
Yeah, I can't remember the ending massively clearly, but it's something like the only way to cure all this is to reboot the world or something, and so it literally deletes your save data.
Right.
Which luckily I read up about before I completed it, so I backed up the save data on the USB hard drive. So.
I don't blame you.
The
only way I can think of them getting around it for the One and Series whatever XS is maybe if it's backed up on your cloud save.
Yeah, maybe, which is automatic. But I can recommend the story was absolutely brilliant. Admittedly, you go to 4 different dungeons and then you do them again, but you grow up a bit after that. And one of them is a text adventure. I remember that.
I like me a good text adventure, so I'm fine with that.
It's interesting. It's still the same weird mixture like Automata, where it's like action RPG with bullet hell. It's the same sort of gameplay. So
but it's set in like a completely different time period, isn't it, to Automata?
Yes, I think. I don't know. I've not actually got that far in Automata. So I know that's you're playing as obviously some automaton robot thing called 2B in one of the endings anyway. I know you complete it and then you start playing as the boy.
Yeah, something like. I've not got too far into it.
No, I've literally only got past like I bought it when it came out. I've only got past the half-hour beginning boss.
Oh God, yeah.
That then finally got me to the beginning credits, and I was on the spaceship. I was like, I need to go to work, so I had to come out of it, and I've just not had the time to go back to it yet. But I will. But yes, apart from that, music-wise, anything that you'd like to recommend to the listeners that you've been listening to recently?
Oh God, what have I been listening to recently? The problem is that at the moment I'm working on replacing CDs with vinyls and cassettes, so I haven't bought a whole bunch of new stuff.
I'll be perfectly honest, from what I've seen, although I'm not as connected to the power metal, folk metal scene as you are, because you're probably more of a fan of it, especially the power metal stuff, more of a fan of it than I am. So you
definitely, yeah.
Come out with these like bands that I've never even heard of. There's not been a lot of releases over the last few months. I mean, I think
unless you're looking at independents, there's not been.
Yeah, Halloween's got something coming out, haven't they?
Yes, they've just released a new single, which is surprisingly really good.
I've not got around listening to it, but it's the original vocalist, wasn't it?
Yes.
Hans Kirsch or something.
Yes.
I saw that. Didn't actually get around to watching the video. I think it just popped up on my timeline. I was like, oh, I should give that a listen at some point. Don't mind me a little bit of Halloween. And obviously, Chris Jericho got his name from them, so
exactly.
they can't be bad.
But I'm trying to think what else. Sabaton released a new single.
Have they?
Yeah, it's I can't remember. One second, I've got to quickly look up the name of it now.
Will it something in like Finnish? The name
Swedish.
Yeah, Swedish.
I'm probably butchering this pronunciation. Live Godet.
Yeah,
I believe they're doing a whole nother album in Swedish, kind of similar to how Carolus Rex was.
Oh, fair enough.
But it's more Sabaton. If you like Sabaton, you're getting more Sabaton, basically. They've got their formula, and it works.
So that means their next tour, when they get to do it, they've got 2 albums to promote.
Yeah, they didn't get around to the tour for the Great War.
No, I think they're about to kick it off when coronavirus kicked off, essentially.
I believe they were. Yeah, and they were going to play at fucking Brixton again.
Brixton, having been obviously been a fan of Fear Factory and many other bands, Brixton is kind of the weird step that stops a lot of bands, because they will always play there, but I'll never get to that next level, because the next level is arenas.
Yeah, the next level's Wembley.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger, because my first Fear Factory gig was there, and it was awesome. But yeah, I've sort of seen many bands there. It's like you just need to sell a bit more, get more people selling this out.
I do.
You can go to the arena.
And I mean, I've seen Brixton. I'm pretty certain it feels like over capacity. It definitely sells.
Yeah.
in the future when I go Brixton, I'm probably going seated because I felt like sardines.
Yeah, but I think that's just gigs in general. It's got to be weird going back to gigs, to be honest with you, at first.
Yeah, it is going to be very strange.
I think the last band I saw at Brixton actually might have been Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, okay. Mine was Sabaton. It was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was supposed to be Halloween.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I missed out on the tickets to that one.
Ah.
Yeah.
It was supporting Sabaton. Do you remember? Because I remember that being quite a big support at the time.
It was 2 supports. It was Twilight Force and Accept.
Oh, so you were happy?
Oh god, yeah, it was a great show.
I mean, especially Twilight Force. They don't play over it that much, do they?
No, not at all. And that was the original vocalist before he became a bit of a diva, to say the least. He got fired from the band, I believe.
Oh.
But in true Twilight Force fashion, they worded it as, because they do it all in character.
Yeah.
He's been corrupted by some sort of like dark force, and they had to like put him down and explained all stuff like that about how he's not going to be around anymore. And then they brought in Alessandro Conti, and they've kind of changed up their style a little bit to fit his vocal styles. He's the vocalist on.
I think he's the vocalist on the album I've got.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if you've got the one with the sort of the greenish album, I can't remember. Dawn of the Dragon Star.
Yeah, because I got the special edition and you hated me for it.
Which one's the special edition?
It's like hardback book version.
I've got that version.
Oh, have you? Oh, you did get it in the end.
Yeah, I've got that one now.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed that album. I should really check out the first album at some point. I do need to get me some more glory or power metal in my life, as it were.
Oh, it's great. Once you get into it, I find it one of the easiest genres to just sort of throw on these days.
Yeah, I mean, also it works better for summer as well. So, you know. See, I've gone in the opposite direction. You've sort of been listening to like power metal and all that, and I've been listening to. I've been trying to get myself into more classic rock, which is slightly. Okay. So I've been listening to a load of old like best ofs and all this bloody stuff like UFO and Joan Jett and the Black Hearts and stuff like that.
I've seen Joan Jett live. Weirdly enough, they were supporting Green Day many years ago.
Sorry, to my mind, that's the wrong order.
It is the wrong order. Absolutely the wrong order.
Surely Joan Jett is part of the reason punk exists.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially American punk, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I was more excited to see Joan Jett than I was fucking Green Day.
I've never heard of you ever telling me in the many years I've known you that you saw Green Day. My question is, how the hell did that come about?
Right, this was the
American Idiot tour?
The one afterwards. 21st Century Breakdown? Is that what it was called?
It was either that or Revolution Radio. I think it's 21st Century Breakdown.
I think 21st Century Breakdown. I was whatever year that album came out in.
2004, I want to say.
I was no, later than that.
2006 then. I would have thought 2006, 2007.
2009.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I believe that show was at Wembley Stadium. Is that the bigger one?
I've never known. Do you know what? I always get mixed up.
So do I. Every time. It was a Christmas present from my sister. She bought the tickets, I believe.
Well, I mean, this is in no way slamming my own sister on the very, very off chance that my sister ever listens to this. At least yours was still somewhat heavy.
Not only that, but most of the stuff that they played was was before the American Idiot era. Was before then was most of the stuff they played. So it was actually an awesome show.
I will say,
it was good Green Day.
If it had been like the Nimrod tour or something, then count me on. But I'm one of the people who, and I'm gonna sound like aging boomer, blah blah blah. But to me, Green Day just haven't been that interesting since American Idiot. I didn't like American Idiot that much. So
I absolutely agree with you, to be honest. American Idiot is quite a boring. I haven't listened to it for a few years, but I remember going back to it a couple of years ago and finding it just really boring.
I mean, I can understand it mean more to Americans because obviously it was raging against. I think it was Bush at the time, wasn't it? President
I believe
Bush.
it was, yeah.
Yeah. If only they knew what was coming next.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, for like, okay, the song "American Idiot" itself, it is a jam. But stuff like, what was the really long bloody song that
Jesus
was a
of
single?
Suburbia.
That's it. Yeah.
It doesn't need to be 9 minutes long.
No.
I think
no.
I think there's a reason the music video is like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the scope of it. You know, fair enough. You're trying to do your punk version of like Bohemian Rhapsody or something, and if a band's got to do it, fair enough. Green Day, but I don't know. It just didn't. As a fan of prog rock, it didn't quite gel together as well as it could have.
No,
I
like myself a really long song, but
well, of course you do. So I'm pretty sure there's like 25-minute epics. Oh, what's their name? Luca Turilli and that Prometheus album, man.
Oh my god, just that album in general is like. I don't think there's a song shorter than 7 minutes on that album.
Although Prometheus is either the album after it or the album before it, I really fucking enjoyed. But
I going back to Prometheus, it actually holds up a lot better than I remember it being.
Yeah, because I remember I liked it a lot, and you were like, you're a little bit.
I was a bit about it, but going back to it a few months ago, I really enjoyed it.
I think the reason it worked for me is because it's just so ludicrous and over the top.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a Luca Turilli album.
Yeah, that's how I need my power metal. I need it to be ludicrous and over the top. That's why
I've got some things I can show you when I see you next.
Who are?
Exactly.
But because there's some power metal that like I can appreciate that. Obviously, the singer's good and all that. Very rare to hear a bad power metal singer, to be honest with you. But some bands just generic, I believe, is the word.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some bands that stick to like I guess a power metal formula.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, where it's got sort of like sweeping guitars, at least a 4 minute long guitar solo, lyrics about riding eagles into the clouds.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, Eagle Heart by Stratovarius is a bop. So
it's one of their best songs.
Yeah, it's one of the songs I like, to be honest with you. So.
I'm quite a big fan of Stratovarius personally.
I've got to go back and listen to them because when I first got that album based on the strength of that one song.
Yeah,
I got that and Elements Part 2, and neither of them.
Elements Part 2 isn't that great, to be honest. A lot of people are like a bit iffy on Part 2. Apart from that, there's like.
Was it Alpha and Omega, the single, or something like that?
Oh, I can't remember the name. There was like I'm even thinking Elements Part 2, Elements Part 1 has like a 20 minutes long song that is.
Oh, fair enough.
Probably is one of their greatest songs.
The thing is, I stupidly bought that during my phase when I was transitioning from listening to mainly nu metal to mainly listening to. I just really got into death metal at the time, so Stratovarius coming along didn't really fit into my taste at the time.
I can imagine.
And now I'm older and more open to music, as it were. I found myself enjoying it. I mean, I'll tell you what, even 10 years ago, I would have, if you come up to me with a fucking UFO album, I would have been like, what the hell is this shit? Instead, I bought it a month ago, listened to it, and went, I really enjoyed this, and then went, oh shit, I'm almost 40, I'm old. So
UFO are awesome. There's nothing wrong with, to be honest.
UFO, bloody sitting there, listening to bloody ELO with Mr. Blue Sky as well. Good God, I blame my mum for that song. I do blame. Yeah,
fair enough.
Song. But as a little bit of a teaser on this podcast as well, I think I can reveal this. I just can't post the review yet for two reasons. One, I've not listened to it yet. And two, I can't post it. They've asked for the review to be posted nearer the release date. But I've already got the new Cannibal Corpse album.
When's that due out?
16th, I believe it's the same day as the first Eval album in about 5-6 years is coming out. So you get thrash goodness and death metal goodness. But But yeah, I got a review of that coming up. I've listened to a couple of songs and yeah, it's sounding good. They've got Eric Rutan in the band now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And the songs I've heard, my worry with him being in the band hasn't come true. I was worried he was going to turn them into either Morbid Angel or Hate Eternal. He hasn't. He hasn't. He's kept it Cannibal Corpse. He has kept it Cannibal Corpse.
I had a similar experience with you know, I really enjoy that band Insomnium, the melodic death doom band.
Yeah.
So they've got a new guitarist and vocalist who is I think like the original guitarist from Sonata Arctica, which is such a strange transition from Sonata.
The current guitarist of Sonata Arctica, because I thought that last album was bloody awful.
Oh god, that album's horrendous. But so adding him to the mix, I was thinking, okay, so Insomnium sort of going a bit more upbeat. No, they've definitely gone more melodic, but I
would say you can't be telling me that Insomnium are about to go pop punk.
God no, their lyrics do not hold up to that at all.
Oh dear. Although saying that, weirder things have happened. I know I've banged on about it to you, but like Poppy going from pure pop music to a new metal album. I couldn't have told you that was happening. Not only that, but a really goddamn good new metal album.
Yeah, it was an awesome one.
So, yes, but should we get to the... By the way, if people are wondering what the huffing sound is, Katie here is on her vape. And also, if you hear slurping, we're both being typically British and drinking a cup of tea.
Yeah. I can mute my mic if I go for the vape if you need
No,
to.
it's all right. I'm just letting people know.
Just before we go to like the next thing, do you right if I awkward timing a toilet break?
No, go for it.
I'll be back in a moment once I've got a cat off my lap.
That does help.
It does help a lot.
Oh dear. So I've got to fill the dead air for a bit. Yeah, music wise, what can I recommend to you lovely listeners? Dear, new music. I've been trying to get through a backlog of music, to be honest with you. And like I had my credit limit increased, so I bought a load of CDs because I'm an idiot. Although the new Mr. Bungle is really rather good. The Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo was really good, and for some reason I didn't play anything off that on my Easter show because I'm an idiot. I've got the new Evanescence box set. Well, I say box set, it's a box set for the new album. Haven't listened to it yet. The new Epica I've got to get listening to. But yeah, with CDs wise, I bought a couple of Rollins Band albums. Lard, who if you've never heard and you like a bit of industrial, Lard is the answer to the question, what happens if Jello Biafra of Dead Kennedys fronted Ministry? And their album, Last Temptation of Weed, 100% worth a listen, and the Power of Lard EP, if you can find it or listen to it. And just as a quick plug as well, for those who haven't kept up with my radio show or anything, I'm no longer with That Metal Station. I am now on Cranium Radio. I won't go into the reasoning behind that. But yes, I'm now on Cranium Radio every Sunday. My time slot has changed to a better one. I'm now on from 5 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. EST on craniumradio.com. The show is still called the Psychosin Project. I'm still playing lots of awesome rock and metal, new and old. So get yourself tuned in, people. Get yourself tuned in.
Do it, nerds.
Yes, he's back and he tried to scare me. She's back, sorry. Apologies.
That's right. No worries.
But yeah, thing is, you've probably not even gone to the toilet. You've just been sat there listening to me waffling on, haven't you?
I'd love to say yes, but no, I don't genuinely really needed to go. I've got a tiny bladder.
Actually, there's a couple more things before we get to the meat of this. Two major things that have happened over the last 6 months as well. We'll get into the bad one first.
The death.
We should probably talk a little bit about Alexi Laiho.
God, I know. I knew he was ill. I knew he looked unwell, but I didn't realise just how bad he was.
Well, every time I've seen him over the last 10, 15 years of Children of Bodom, he always looked a bit unwell, but I thought that was just due to him having a few beers before going on stage.
Yeah.
And when I say I saw him, I mean pictures of him. I'm not going to,
You're not too big into Bodom, are you, really?
No, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest Bodom fan, but I fully appreciate that, there was something.
I mean, Bodom did help me gateway like transition into much heavier stuff.
Yeah, see, I could appreciate that. It's like, as much as people slam Linkin Park, including myself, I mean, that last album, man.
Oh,
But we won't
I
go
was going
into
to make a
that.
joke and I managed to stop myself. Thank
Yeah,
God.
yeah. But yeah, with Children of Bodom, always appreciated. I mean, the guy was amazing on guitar. There's no way I can deny
I mean, I
that.
believe Bodom After Midnight did just also release a new single.
Yes, they did, because the album's recorded, I
Yes.
believe. So I've got to listen to that. But yeah, that will be the last works of Alexi Laiho, as far as we know. But he was an incredibly talented person, taken away far too soon. I think he's about the same age as me, wasn't he?
I believe so. Let me have a look quickly.
Wikipedia open.
Oh, you got Wikipedia. Yeah, fair enough. He was 41.
Oh, fair enough, he's 3 years older than me. But that's scary.
I know.
That is scary. But yeah, rest in peace, Alexei.
There was one other death, and it's annoying me so much that I can't remember who it was.
Another. There's been a few, but I'm trying to think who you're on about. Because that weren't the other thing I was going to bring up.
It's another deaf vocalist, I believe.
Deaf vocalist?
Not deaf vocalist. Not deaf vocalist. I mean, like another death metal.
He died a while ago, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I mean another death metal vocalist. I believe. I can't remember what bloody.
I don't know if he was voted as the guy from Cynic.
That's not who I'm thinking of, but I didn't know he passed away.
Was it Cynic or was it Atheist? It was either there was a member of Cynic or Atheist passed away a couple of months ago, which was highly unfortunate as well. I can't think of what the death metal vocalist is.
No, it's really bugging me. I feel so terrible that I can't remember, but it was just a few months ago, and so much has happened in the last few months.
Yeah. No, I can't think. It's
really.
It's got to sound horrible to say this, but it wasn't a death metal band I knew of or was that big into. Otherwise, I probably would have remembered. Or it might have just been, considering the multitude of death metal bands out there, it might have been one I've never listened to. So
yeah, that's true.
But the other thing, because it's so far just been me banging on about it, but the departure of Mr. Burton C. Bell from Fear Factory.
I know how much that has really upset you.
It's not upset me. It's just I know they've got a new single coming out on the 16th.
All right.
I know the new album is still using Burton C. Bell's vocals. They've keeping them. They were all recorded in like 2016. So it's taken that long due to legal issues.
I was going to say, why has it taken so long? But okay.
Short version of the story, basically, the bassist Christian and the drummer Raymond Herrera was suing the band for still using the name because they were co-owners of it or something like this.
Right.
There's a big messy court case, which just, I think it just sucked the life out of Burton C. Bell. He said in interviews recently that every time you'd mention Fear Factory, another thing would happen. I think it just kept you going, oh, what now? What now? And then last year there's a whole thing with Dino saying he'd done the GoFundMe to get live drums recorded for the new album. Which is fair enough. Their drummer, Mike Haller, I think that's how you pronounce it, is absolutely awesome. He'd have to be to do that kind of drumming.
Oh, yeah.
But like the day after Dino posted that, Burton put up a post saying, I have no idea about this. I do not support it. This is nothing to do with me. So
fair enough.
Bit of internal friction, and about a month later he left. But at the time he's left, he has released another Century of the Watchers album, which, if you like your more chilled out, slightly somewhat goth stroke The Cure inspired music, definitely worth listening to. And Dino is currently, they still haven't got another vocalist yet. So we'll see what happens. But yes, this is a tough one because obviously I do like Dino. Guy's an awesome guitarist. Obviously he makes most of the music for Fear Factory. and on the other side, Bertelsmann Bell is my vocal idol, so
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the middle. Hopefully, the new Fear Factory will be awesome, and hopefully the one after that, if they find the right vocalist, will be awesome as well. My only issue here is I'm worried that they're going to get some really generic metalcore vocalist.
Yeah, there is a chance of that, isn't there?
Ooh.
There's enough of them out there.
I know it won't be Tommy Vexed, because that didn't work out in Divine Heresy for Dino, but he's gone from his band again, isn't he?
I think he has, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone due to political views, because it turns out he's somewhat right-wing.
Oh dear.
Which, yes, yeah. We won't go down that political avenue, but yeah.
I was going to say just as bad as John Schaefer, if you heard about that.
I mean, I don't think Tommy Vex turned up at the
Capitol.
The Capitol, no, with bear spray. And I don't think he's anything to do with the Promise Keepers either.
Right, fair enough. So maybe not as bad, but quite bad.
No. But in my own humble opinion, his views on certain things do not align with mine. Let's say it that way. That's a very diplomatic way of saying that. But
that's fair enough.
Yes. Yeah, that's... and from what I've heard, most of Iced Earth have quit over this as well.
Yes, I believe basically the whole band it doesn't exist anymore, apart from John Schaefer, who's currently being held.
Well, the strange thing is, apparently, although they've been deleted now, they were actually screenshotted by people. The vocalist and other members of Iced Earth actually supported John.
I know Matt Barlow, the vocalist, definitely did.
Yeah, I think that's the tweets I saw.
I haven't seen proof of the other vocalist personally.
Oh no, the Demons and Wizards one didn't.
Hansi from
Hans left.
From Demons and Wizards / Blind Guardian, he's quit the band.
I remember his statement was something along the lines of, "I cannot be in a person with such extreme political views," or something like that. Which is fair enough. I mean, in power metal, it's not. I can't imagine
it's not a political genre.
That comes up. Yeah,
it's not a political genre. You're going to be discussing politics of your D&D campaign if you're listening to power metal.
Yeah, or if you're doing like a D&D campaign or a Game of Thrones campaign or something, it's probably about the closest you're going to get.
Probably, yeah.
Sorry, not Game of Thrones. It'd be a Song of Ice and Fire for that role playing. I think I've got that right, haven't I?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I believe it's closer to the books than it is the TV show.
Yeah. Because I was going to say Wheel of Time, but that's something completely different.
That's something completely different. There's a series I will never finish because it's like 17, 18 books long and they're all like at least 1,000 pages.
Yeah, it's the Wheel of Time that has the Lady of Pain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a series that's been going on for so long. The original author has died a few books ago.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how long that series has been going on for.
Jesus. Right, well, that's the 38 minutes of babbling.
Ramble, yeah.
Unless there's anything else you would like to bring up, gaming music-wise or film-wise or anything?
I remember a few months ago, probably more than a few months ago, another big member leaving a big band is Marco's left Nightwish.
Oh, yes. And
did he ever give a reason why?
Going to Delane as well.
Did he ever give a reason why, or is it just because he's bored and going by that last album, he's definitely bored? Because that was a boring album.
We'll get into that album in a second. He mentioned something. I think something to do with basically where he's not helping to write the songs as much as he could be. He's not getting as many of the royalties. And where they've not been able to tour or anything, where they'd make most of their money, he can't really continue to subsist on the royalties they're making from album sales. Yeah. So it is a money issue, but don't hold that against him with Corona, obviously.
Of course I don't hold it against him.
I'm saying this to everyone, really, because the guy's got family. He's got to look after them. Also, he does have mental health problems. He did allude to that.
Yeah.
And apparently being in Nightwish for the last few years, it's just made them worse for some reason. So I don't know if it's a bit of...
It's probably because they don't really get a break as Nightwish.
Maybe. There's also probably a bit of a few disagreements and all that going on.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and obviously I can't remember his name. The man who basically owns Nightwish.
I
He
can't
has the last
remember his
say.
name either.
Yeah, the keyboardist basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically has the last say on Nightwish's sound. Which, when you're as good a vocalist and good at writing songs as Marco is, yeah, I can understand that niggling with you after a while.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah, I don't know if he's going to go back and do his other band that he was doing for
What,
a while.
Tarot?
Yeah, he hasn't mentioned.
Was it Tarot?
Uh, yeah, I'll keep going to say Night Flight Orchestra, but that's the guy from Soilwork.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Tarot.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope he
He
goes
said
back
he's
to
going
Tarot
to work
because
on something.
they're quite an underrated band that don't get spoken about much, but that's probably because they haven't released anything for a very long time now.
Probably because he's been busy with Nightwish.
Probably, yeah.
And talking of Marco, that leads us nicely into Delane.
Hey, what's going on with what's going on with Delane? Oh, all the members have left, haven't they? Apart from one.
Everyone except for the keyboardist
Yeah, I
has
forgot
left
about
the
that one.
band due to internal frictions that have mounted, and they've all decided it's better if they just go their separate ways. The keyboardist is continuing the band under the name, but it's going to go back to what it was meant to be like with the first album, where it was a project with different vocalists and all that.
Okay, so almost kind of half supergroup kind of thing.
Yeah, but Charlotte's not said what she's doing. Seems to be making quite a lot of money out of singing through Twitch and stuff. So
Okay, that's fair enough.
I think it's Twitch. She's doing it on something or other. So it'd be nice to see her do like maybe a metal solo album or something. But
Yeah.
we'll see. But yes, Delane kind of went to tits.
I've not listened to the last, I think, 2 albums in all honesty.
Apocalypse and Chill was really good, and the album before that was really good.
Unfortunately, the name Apocalypse and Chill really put me off, and that awful album cover.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that. Even I have mocked it many times. I love you, Delane, but why that title for an album?
I know.
Admittedly, the high point for me, if you are to get into Delane, the album I would 100% say start with, if you're listening to this and you want to listen to Delane at their best, The Human Condition. That album is absolutely
It's a fantastic album.
superb. It's Delane at the top of their powers. I believe that may have been one of the tours I saw them on. Did I see Delane before I saw them with you?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't remember you saying you have.
Did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, because that's when I interviewed Charlotte.
Oh, of course. We saw him on the tour with Marco, I believe. Yeah.
Which was the Dance Macabre tour, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
So yes, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anyone. No other bands, as far as I know, of note have broken up to talk about. But yeah, that last Nightwish album, what a big old boring pile of wank that was.
Oh God, too long and just so generic.
I mean, I know obviously it probably didn't turn out quite the way they wanted due to the current world situation, but you had 5 years, guys. 5-6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
They announced they were working on it before that Decades compilation came out.
Jesus, that's about 4 years old now.
Exactly. They announced they were working on a new album then.
Man. But had they... I know they did already have Floor in the band, didn't they?
Yeah, because Floor was in Endless Forms Most Beautiful.
Yeah.
Was that her
she
first
also
album?
Done that rock album as well while they were doing the Nightwish album.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually weren't bad, but I can't for the life of me remember the name of the band.
Neither can I, but I don't remember it being that bad.
I'd like to see actually Floor also do another album with Revamp, because their last album was fantastic.
Oh God, yeah, it was awesome.
You have to be good really to sort of manage to get Devin Townsend on your album.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, Nightwish didn't click with me, and I have paid out 24 quid for the box set of the new Evanescence album.
Is there a new one coming out?
It's already out.
I did not know that, in all honesty.
It's called The Bitter Truth. I haven't listened to it yet, but all the reviews are saying the same thing, which is worrying me. That the songs are good, the album's good, but the production is a little bit weak. As in, for some reason, they've mixed the instruments higher than Amy Lee's vocals.
Oh no!
And I've heard one of the songs come up my MP3 player, and yeah, her vocals seem a little bit buried in the mix. It's like, who decided to mix this album? What is wrong with you?
Maybe it's the
Seriously.
same. Maybe it's the same people who produce many of black metal albums I've listened to.
Oh no, this does sound like it's got more than 50p in the budget.
Oh, it's not being recorded on a Fisher Price microphone.
Fisher Price microphone. Come on, dude. That's next generation technology for black metal.
Sorry, potato.
A twig in the forest that they're lost in. Sorry, I'm sort of opening a strawberry milkshake at the moment as well.
That's all right.
But yes, anyway, now we've teased it for 45 minutes. The main reason for this podcast today, he says like he's some kind of priest doing a sermon.
Doing a salmon?
Sermon.
Right, I definitely misheard.
Although, to be honest with you, I mean, it's if it's a priest, possibly. Now, about a month ago, Metal Hammer UK had their new issue come out, and in it is what they believe to be the 100 greatest songs of this century so far. So, me being the old bastard and Katie here being the younger bastard,
Hello.
I'm going to go through this list. I'm going to read out what they've said, and then we're going to give our opinions on it. Admittedly, there will probably be songs here that neither of us know or have heard of.
Let's see how much of this I've actually listened to. If it's not power metal or underground black metal stuff.
And even though I've had the magazine since it came out, I've not peeked, so this is completely new to me. I've actually got numbers 99 downwards covered. I know what number 100 is, because I've had that ready, but I've got everything else covered.
I know what 100 is, because I've got an article open, but I've just left it at 100 this whole time.
Fair enough.
And I've had Corey Taylor and Serge Tankian just staring at me for 45 minutes now.
Lovely. There's a buddy comedy waiting to happen. So, number 100 song of the century, according to the Metal Hammer, or Metal Hammer readers, I can't remember which it is. Just a quick question. On your that article, does it have the descriptions they've given as well on it?
No, it's just got the band and the song name.
Is it on Metal Injection by any point?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's not going to be an in-depth article if it's on there.
Yeah, I avoided that as well. So, number 100, the 100th best song of the century, Atreyu, Bleeding Mascara. And their description, go! Raised Alex Vikatzis, who I don't think was a band anymore, over screaming guitar, opening the love-hate song that captured a moment. US metalcore was invading Britain and edging out new metal, and this Orange County lot was serving up just the right amount of gothic lyricism on top of a scene-friendly melodic chorus. Now,
so I know metalcore has its fans. I'm
Yes.
not one of them. So I've not given Atreyu a chance. I've never listened to him, to be honest with you.
Now, around that time, I was listening to metalcore because that is in the glory days of Killswitch, before, in my eyes, Howard Jones made them go emo.
Yeah, fair enough.
Controversial statement. And I do have this album, and considering what Atreyu were doing now on their last album, which was bloody awful, it is a very good album. And Bleeding Mascara is definitely one of the highlights on it, I've got to say. Well, the 100 songs of the last 21 years? Yeah, maybe. Although it might turn up later in the list, I would have said Right Side of the Bed, personally. Because when you say Atreyu to me, that's the chorus that gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You know, yeah. Right, on to number 99. Or have you got anything else you want to say on that? Obviously, stop me.
As I said, I've not listened to Atreyu. I've never really been a massive fan of metalcore,
Fair
unfortunately. Bit of deathcore you can throw my way, but for some reason metalcore just never clicked with me. I know they're quite different genres, but
yeah, I mean,
they're influenced by each other.
the problem is metalcore and deathcore is guilty of this. Starting to have a lot of very, very generic, boring bands come out of their scenes.
Oh yeah,
as well.
absolutely. That's what threw me off in the end.
They became the new metal, as it were, where loads of chancers come out with bands. It was a bit like. Anyway, number 99. Now, I don't know this band. I've never heard them, let alone this song. Number 99, hopefully I'm saying this, Psychosin, the song Otter. Metalheads Destroyed by Banjo wasn't the most predictable headline in 2014. Emerging from a tapestry of lush searchlight guitars, that forlorn orbital riff waxed and waned like it had been abandoned by time immemorial. Careful, Metal Ham, you start to sound like actual bloody critics. But it wove together the year's most magical and transformative experience, imprinting itself into the deepest crevices of the heart. I've never heard it.
Neither have I. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never heard of it either. Got off to a good start here. I have 2 songs in. I've not heard of them.
To be fair, it does sound like something I should hear, but it might be black metal with some folk elements.
That's what it sounds like, which is right up my alley, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of the band Solstafir, but I've just never got round to investigating them. So
No.
hopefully this isn't going to be a continuing trend.
I was just about to see if I could listen to like a quick preview of it. The song is 10 minutes long, so not right now.
A quick preview, yeah, would have to be about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, 98. Electric Wizard and Funeralopolis from the album Dope Throne. The song slowly gathers force and escalates like a storm. From desperation towards rage and destruction has given a lot of meaning to me in its nihilism. It reflects my darker feelings towards our society very accurately. The climax is definitely the end part where you can literally hear an electromagnetic pulse caused by nuclear warheads passing through the bands. That was a band pick from June Hiss from Oranzi Pazuzu, a band that I have still got to check out. Now,
They're pretty awesome.
I couldn't tell you this particular song.
It's the second song on Dope Throne.
Yeah, I do have Dope Throne, and I remember when I listened to it, I absolutely fucking loved every track.
It's fucking incredible.
So yes, I can agree with this. I'll give it Metal Hammer. I was expecting this to all be like, well, metalcore, more accessible stuff,
Or like either super popular or super recent or both. Is what I was expecting.
I'll say recent to popular, not super popular, because that'd be when Kerrang do one of these.
Oh god, yeah, good point.
Kerrang have put stuff in there that isn't anywhere near our genre, as it were. So yeah, I stopped buying Kerrang a long time ago.
Yeah, so did I.
So yeah, but Dope Throne, if you've never heard it and you like yourself a bit of a Black Sabbath inspired stoner riffing, listen to Dope Throne by Electric Wizard. Seriously. Or if you just like heaviness, listen to Dope Throne by Electric Wizard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just be prepared for 7 to 10 minute songs. I mean, there's only about 5 of them, if I remember rightly. Right. 97. Oh, I know this one. Before I go further, sorry, I keep doing this. Anything, Katie, do you have anything to say on Electric Wizard or Dope Throne?
Other than go listen to them, if you haven't, because you'll be doing yourself a favour. No, you've probably said everything, to be fair.
Fair enough. 97 is where we'll get the possible musical divide between me and Katie. 97 is 9 Inch Nails, The Hand That Feeds. Trent Reznor was out of rehab and going disco. His first new music after delicate and distorted album The Fragile. Got to say now, I think The Fragile is 9 Inch Nails' best album. Might have been a surprise, but this upbeat industrial dance floor filler, complete with a synth solo, became his biggest hit single, leading into the fertile second act of his career. Now, they say his biggest hit single, but here in the UK, I don't remember it getting in the charts.
No, I don't believe he did.
but I'm pretty sure Closer did when it came out, so I'm not sure what they're on about there. Now, the reason I say there's a musical divide here is I don't think Katie's a massive Nine Inch Nails fan.
I've just not listened to enough stuff to really have an opinion on them. Is my problem.
Fair enough.
Again, it's unfortunately this list is probably going to be like, I have no idea what this is. I say if it's not like power metal or like underground black metal, there's a chance I've heard of it.
Well, I mean, Solstafir's there. I mean, technically that could be underground black metal for what we know.
True. I just not got around to Solstafir yet because when it comes to black metal, there's just too much out there to keep up.
It's got to be underground black metal, underground doom, I would have thought. But yeah, Nine Inch Nails. I'm not going to lie, Nine Inch Nails is probably the next band logo I'm going to get tattooed on me, along with all the others. Just haven't decided where yet, because obviously their logo is just a square with an NIN in it. But yeah, The Hand That Feeds is a song that I have very fond memories of, because since it came out and while I was still going to metal nights, me and a couple of mates at the time, we would always get up to it and we'd always dance like claps to it, with not even needing alcohol all the time. It's just one of those funky songs. And although With Teeth for me, which is the album the song is from, is one of the weaker Nine Inch Nails albums, that is an awesome pick. There have been better Nine Inch Nails songs this century, but it might be a little bit too left field. Probably the reason I haven't done 100 best songs of this century list myself, because people will be there going, what?
It would just, the problem with doing a list like this is it's just going to divide everyone.
Yeah, but that's the fun. That's why they do it. I know people.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course. They want to get the conversation going.
Yeah. Right. 96. Oh, here's one that I know, but I'm surprised made it on this list. I don't think many people know of them.
This is a band I've never heard of, I will be honest.
I'll explain them in a moment. Twin Temple with Sex Magic. Sex Magic was the irresistibly seductive centerpiece of one of the most unlikely breakout albums of the decade, a subtly subversive, dreamy bop built around the hypnotic vocals of Alexandria James. It proved that A, the devil really does have the best tunes, and B, doo-wop could be metal as fuck. Now, Twin Temple, I do have this album. I really enjoyed this album. But you've got to have an open mind. It is not metal.
Right, okay.
Oh, God, how can I describe Twin Temple? I think the best way... Oh, God, it's going to be an awful description in a way, really. Think of, like, 50s American bands with all the beehive hair and all that. Right. Like that kind of music. Or more satanic The Beatles.
Okay, so kind of
like... That's maybe the closest I can get.
So sort of like psychedelic.
In a way, but it's not really got heavy guitars or anything. They're a unique experience, and although, like I said, I love the album, I can understand why many people probably wouldn't. It sounds a lot older than it is because the album only came out last year. So, or the year before. Basically, if you want to find something new and have an open mind, give Twin Temple a listen. Just don't be expecting any level of heaviness.
Fair enough.
Right. Let's have a look. Oh, bloody hell. 95. Sixth, with Glad Street Bloom from Death of a Dead Day. Just how big would Sixth be if they had released Death of a Dead Day in 2016 instead of 2006? We'll never know, but one of 21st century's UK metal's most influential bands assured their moment in the sun all the same, not least courtesy of the scattershot frenetic genre-mashing banger, It Still Sounds Huge. So, first question, Katie, have you heard of Sixth?
Yes, I have heard of Sixth.
Have you heard this song?
Yes, I have.
Ah!
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you lead the way on this one.
Oh no, the pressure has just kicked in. Um, sorry, what album is this off again?
The
Death of the
second
Dead.
one.
Death of the
Death
Dead
of a
Day.
Dead
Yeah.
Day. It's the one
Yeah.
with the reddy orangey cover.
Yeah, I agree. This is an absolutely awesome song, to be honest. I'm just quickly looking at what the rest of the songs on this album are.
Bland Street Bloom, if I remember rightly, is the opening song. It's probably one of the
Is
best songs on the album.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Looking at the track list, this is definitely the best song on the album.
yeah.
I'm so bad at talking about stuff when I'm just like on the spot now.
It's a head fuck of an album, but
yeah, definitely.
If you've never heard Sixth, I mean, for those who don't know, maybe you're just getting into metal while listening to this or whatever. Sixth, for the reason that the gent, we've got to say it like that because that's how it's spelled, scene kind of exploded here in the UK.
It's like a weird cross, but it's like a weird cross between like prog and like prog metal and like math rock.
Prog and Meshuggah.
What's that? Sorry.
Prog and Meshuggah, because the time signatures are Meshuggah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But when we say prog, don't go in there expecting like Moog synthesizers and all that. Just like, this is heavy. This is awesome. There's two vocalists.
It's not like Dream Theater style prog. It's
thank Christ.
Yeah.
It's two vocalists now. Admittedly, one of the vocalists is an acquired taste.
Yeah, definitely.
You just realise what one I'm on about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might laugh at him at first, but trust me, just stick with it because his vocals do fit it. It's just got click in your head. So yes, 94. I'm gonna be lost on this one. I know the band, but I've not heard this album.
Sorry, I know this is really annoying, but I do need to pee again.
No worries.
I've got a tiny bladder. I'm very, very sorry.
You are saying this to the whole internet, you know that, right?
Oh, I am fully aware. Don't worry, I am fully aware.
Oh dear. But yes, Sixth, if you've not checked them out, Death of the Dead Day is a good place to start. Or their first album, which is The Trees Are Dead and Dried Out, Wait for Something Wild, because apparently they liked really long titles for their albums. Very, very much, very worthy debut, definitely worth checking out as well. And then after that second album, Sixth broke up for a while. They reformed a couple of years ago. Released a new album, which is pretty good. I've got to listen to it more to really make my mind up on it. But yeah, if you like your more kind of technical stroke progressive music, with time signatures changing and going, like riffs flying everywhere, then you're gonna like Sixth, I have to say, because they are an awesome UK band. Should have been bigger, still should have been bigger. Them and Earth Tone 9, another UK band who are like progressive hardcore. If you go check out Earth Tone 9, get the album Tap to MRC, because that is just absolutely superb, essential UK hardcore metal prog. Sounds like I'm just throwing out words now. But yeah, Bland Street, he's back. He is back. She's back, sorry.
That's right.
And apparently turned into Mr. Burns. Yeah, hoi hoi.
Excellent.
Right, 94 is Body Count, No Lives Matter. Preceded by an impassioned monologue by Ice-T, No Lives Matter offered incisive takes on the issues of racism, police brutality, and civil unrest. Of course, the lyrics were helped along by some seriously monstrous riffs, proving that Body Count was still sitting on top of the rap metal pile. Now, I don't mind a bit of Body Count, but I didn't hear this album. I've got the newest album, Cannibal, is it Cannibal, sorry, which is really good, but I missed out on Bloodlust, haven't got around to getting it yet.
Carnivore is the new album, by the way.
Sorry?
Carnivore is the new album.
Yeah, Carnivore, not Cannibal. Carnivore. But yeah, Bloodlust, I missed out, I've got to get hold of it, so I don't know this song.
I don't either, I'm afraid.
Yeah, although saying it offers an incisive take on the issues of racism, police brutality, and civil unrest, that's kind of
Isn't that just body count in general, though?
yeah, pretty much. Which is fair enough. I mean, it is Ice-T, who is like admittedly one of the OG rappers out there.
He's
You know,
one of the few I can really get into, to be honest.
yeah, he's seems like actually a genuinely nice bloke as well.
Going by interviews, absolutely.
Yeah, and he does that like I know there's a lot of rappers who have tried the whole metal thing, but one, body count had been around since the early 90s or late 80s. And two, he does have a genuine love for metal. I mean, this guy, like every body count album, he's covering Motorhead or Slayer, or in interviews, he's happy to talk about Cannibal Corpse and all this.
Oh yeah,
the guy knows his metal. So for those,
it's just because he's just he just genuinely loves music. He'll look at every form of music he possibly can.
yeah, I can't say I know his rap albums, but he probably samples rap metal songs on some of them as well. I can't say, I don't know, but yeah, I think body count is his main concern nowadays. And he's doing all this while also, I think he's over 60 now. I think
Is
he's
he
over
really?
60. Possibly.
Wow.
I believe so. I'm going to have to look it up.
63, he is.
There we go. He's 63. He's still out there. He's still rocking harder than a lot of younger bands. And he's still awesome. So what can you say? Oh, God. I'm going to absolutely butcher the name of this next band.
I believe it's Kverlatak.
Oh, I haven't said it right then.
Black and Roll, if you've not heard of them.
Oh, I know who they are.
Okay, cool. I believe it's Kverlatak. I might be wrong.
Right, as you've got the list there, you've got the United Kverlatak. Do you want to say the name of the song?
Is it again? I'm probably butchering this. Bloodtorst, I believe it's off their debut self-titled.
Yes, we'll go with that because I've no idea how to pronounce that. Bloodtorch highlights Kverlatak's explosive ferocity, combining 100 proof Scandinavian metal, huge classic rock choruses, and the energy of an out-of-control party. It's inspiring for Norway to see Kverlatak succeed internationally while singing most songs in Norwegian. They kicked a game-winning goal on album one, and they've kept scoring from Joe Fleischer, who's apparently out of... Oh, no, they're a reader. Sorry, I was going to say, I thought about the band then. I don't mind me a bit of Kverlatak. I actually really enjoy them.
I think they're absolutely awesome.
The only issue I have, this is a really good song, it's a really good album, is they've changed vocalists, and I'm still getting used to the new vocalist, personally, on the last album, Splid.
I've not listened to Splid yet. I did forget it was a new vocalist, though.
Yeah, the big guy. He, I don't know if he left or if he was let go from the band, but yeah, he's the one who used to apparently on stage wear an owl mask or something while singing. So
right.
But yeah, Kverlatak, if you like a bit of extreme rock and roll, I think it's the best way to put it, or black and roll.
Yeah, sort of a cross between black metal and rock and roll.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Oh, good lord. Right.
if you just see what number 92 is.
Yeah, I'm going to cause some controversy with this. Anyway, Katie, tell the people at home what 92 is.
It's Dimmu Borgir with it's Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, if I pronounced that word right.
Yeah, it is Progenies, yeah.
Progenies of the Great Apocalypse. A very overrated Dimmu Borgir song, in my opinion.
Right, Sven and Gauder's thunderous riffing madness mixed with the orchestral score and Shagraf's distinctive vocals made you pay attention right away. They crafted the future of today's symphonic death metal bands and more, arguably. The video was the first of its kind with a high-budget, intricate cinematography. Oh yeah, I remember the video, yeah. Which influenced a flurry of bands to follow suit. Not to mention the crazy ending of the song, Once and For All, Progenies is a true classic. From Maurizio Iacone, or Locono, of Cataclysm. Now, Maurizio, I like your band, fella. Your last couple of albums have been really good. I just can't agree with you on Dimmu Borgir.
No, I know you're not a fan of Dimmu Borgir.
Symphonic black metal, apart from Cradle and maybe and obviously Emperor, because if you don't like Emperor, get a new set of ears. It just doesn't click with me. It's like all the pieces are there. Everything's there for me to love it. With Dimmu, there's no specific thing I hate. It's just their songs don't come together for me. And it really annoys me, and I buy every album hoping this is the one. This is the one that will make me realise it.
Why do you not just give up? Dimmu Borgir have been shit for a very, very long time now.
Yeah, we won't talk about the White album, their last album. That was awful.
God.
Like, even I, not being a Dimmu Borgir fan, knew that even the Dimmu Borgir fans would know that was awful.
Oh, yeah. The only reason I nearly went to see them at some point is because they were co-headlining with Creator a few years ago.
Oh.
And I didn't go to that show in the end.
See, the thing is, from what I've heard, and this is from like critics in Metal Hammer and all that, you get one of two Dimmu Borgirs, either one who puts on an amazing show or one who's an absolute mess.
Yeah. It's either an awesome, really well-produced show, or it's horrendously bad.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a risk. Admittedly, you could say that of any kind of band, but yeah, Dimmu Borgir, one of those. And like I say, it's just one of those bands. If you said to me Dimmu Borgir or Cradle, I'll go with Cradle, and that's not like me going, "Oh, UK metal's the best," although in a lot of cases for me it generally is. It's just Cradle.
Cradle have been producing good music again.
Yeah, Cradle know how to write songs.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, Dimmu Borgir just stockpile a load of riffs together.
I will say, Dimmu's first album is quite a solid album.
The first album is the one where Shagraf, back when I was feeling had long hair, looks like me.
Fair enough.
Seriously, go look back at that first album, like in the booklet or whatever, and look at Shagraf, because he hasn't got his makeup on anything. He's just got long hair, looking like Scruffy Herbert or whatever. And if people have seen me when I had long hair and was thinner, yeah, he looks like me. It genuinely looks like me.
Oh God! Oh fucking hell, he does. Yeah.
So yes. Oh God. Right. Okay. For number 91, I'm not going to read out the description because I've given a whole page to it.
Oh, I can see why.
Yeah. Right. 91 is a song that made me fall in love with this band. 91 is Arch Enemy with We Will Rise. Now, I don't think I need to go into this song too much with a description of the song. You've all heard it. It was the song that kind of helped kick off the second wave of melodic death metal. Really kicked it off over here because it was getting played on Kerrang and everything, if I remember rightly. And was kind of kicked off the whole kind of women in metal empowerment thing, whether directly or indirectly.
I believe it definitely helped, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember her name now. Her name's gone out of my head.
It's the original vocalist, isn't it? At that point.
No, the original vocalist was male.
No, sorry, yeah, no, the second vocalist I meant.
Yeah, because the original vocalist was Johan Liver, I think, who went on to do Dark Tranquility.
Yes.
But yeah, until I heard this song, I'd known of melodic death metal, and at the time I hadn't actually heard At the Gates, which is a sin, really.
It is a sin. Fucking hell.
But yeah, when this came along, this is the song that made me realise, okay, maybe there is some good melodic death metal out there. Because beforehand, I hated it. It never clicked with me. In Flames, yeah, they had good songs. They had like Trigger and stuff, but the vocalist was too whiny when he sung. Still,
the problem with it, the thing with In Flames is usually good songs, but albums as a whole kind of fall off.
Yeah, even like Cloud Connected and what's the one everyone loves? Is it
Clayman?
Either Horacle or Clayman? Yeah,
Clayman and Horacle. Yeah,
starts off strong with bloody Pinball Map and everything else, and then you get to about track 4 and it starts going downhill. And then as the albums have gone on, like during the Cloud Connected period, he started getting really whiny. And then he got whinier and the band started trying to make some kind of poppy commercial melodic death metal thing, which was awful.
It's like a weird cross with like melodic death and like high production emo.
Yeah, you watch In Flames, like number 1 will be something from like Sounds of a Playground Fading or something.
Oh God.
In Flames will be in here, I can almost guarantee that. It'll be Trigger.
I would have thought so.
Trigger. But yeah, with In Flames, although I will give it to them, their last album, I the Mask, I actually liked.
Okay.
I do actually like, because he wasn't that whiny on it. I know the whininess might just be to do with his accent, but Christ.
I will say they are very, very good live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw them supporting. I think I went for them, to be fair. They were supporting Avenged Sevenfold a few years ago.
Don't know, Avenged. Avenged would be good live, I would have thought.
Avenged are awesome live. They put on a fucking amazing show.
We won't speak about the last album, but yeah, Avenged live.
Yeah, don't speak about the last album. Thankfully, when I saw them, it was for that album, but they played like 2 songs off it.
Oh, fair enough.
And it was like a 2-hour long show.
Yeah, well, it'd have to be because their songs are getting longer.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Right, but yes, Arch Enemy Will Rise. The album Ants of Rebellion, absolute classic as well. And they're still going strong today. They've had a couple of dodgy albums and they've changed vocalists to Alyssa White Gluz. I still don't know if that's how you pronounce her name properly.
Who's turned out to be a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah.
The less I say about that, probably the better.
Well, from what I've heard, she seemed to have been trying to block any record label from releasing the
Agonist
latest album by her old band, The Agonist.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of an arsehole thing to do.
She's got nothing to do with that band anymore.
No, and even worse is that last album by The Agonist called Orphans is absolutely fucking brilliant. So whether she felt threatened, I don't know, but I don't know why she would feel threatened when she's in this band playing like massive festivals and all that. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, there's obviously background details that we are not privy to.
Oh, yeah.
But in an interesting turn of events, the reason Angela Gossell come out of Arch Enemy and became their manager was because she didn't feel she didn't want to do vocals or something like that anymore. Her heart weren't in it.
Right.
However, last year, she's come back, not to Arch Enemy, but she's done guest vocals on a song for Amaranth.
Oh, really?
The last album, yes. The video's on YouTube. She's in the music video as well, and she still sounds as good as ever.
Wow.
So, who knows? She might end up trying to get another band going. I did hear something about her recording a new album with her old band Mistress, but I don't know how true that is. So, we will see what happens. Oh dear. Right, let's get to number 90. Okay, right. I think we can all agree on this. A Monomarth, Cry of the Blackbirds with Odin on our side.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm not going to go into their descriptions anymore because it's going to take up too much time. But yeah, I mean, a Monomarth, what needs to be said? If you've not heard them, Viking metal. Like, proper chest beating, basically a Monomarth of the Lamb of God of Viking metal.
Yeah, pretty much. You put it on and you will want to you want to go like raid a small town.
Yeah, you'll want to pillage basically.
Yeah.
Sadly, there's one small issue with a Monomarth that you may find. If you're not a fan of the mid-paced song, you gotta get bored quickly.
Also, when you say Viking metal, people probably go into expecting like some form of black metal. They're more death metal.
Okay, Viking themed.
Melodic death.
Are they melodic death though? They're a hard one to categorise.
They are, yeah. They're kind of in between. I say they've gone more melodic the last few albums.
Yeah.
Cry of the Blackbirds is more. Or the whole album with Odin on our side is definitely much heavier.
Yeah, with Odin on our side is brilliant. But yeah, Monomarth, definitely go check that out. I can get behind that inclusion on this list, although for me, the song I would have put on here was Runes to My Memory from that album. But that's me. So, right, number 89. Oh, yes. Okay, I can get behind this. Soil with Halo. From the Scars album in 2001.
I've not listened to Soil, I'm afraid.
If I started singing the song, you would know it. I will stone you, wrap my arms around you. I will stone you, my little halo.
Okay, yeah, I do know that
Yeah,
song.
there you go.
Yeah,
It was all over
yeah.
Kerrang.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Excellent song. The only good Soil album, as it were.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because after that album, the vocalist left. They got another vocalist in, and I've listened to some of the albums with him, and each album has one good song, and that ends up being the single.
Right. Okay, so that's the song to get in the charts, basically.
Yeah, the band lost it, and then the old vocalists come back, and they completely lost all their magic. So, yeah, not a fan of Soil these days.
I can tell.
And next up, you know what, 88, I'm going to let you, as the folk metal guy, as it were, or the more folk metal guy than myself, although I do love it, introduce.
Well, it's only got to be Teresa's with the song Battle Metal from, I believe, the album of the same name, the debut album?
Yes, I believe so. And also one of the best songs on the album.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if it comes on the stereo in a metal shop, in a metal pub, and you've had a few, and you're not chanting along, battle, metal, along with it, then you're dead to me.
I'll keep that in mind so I do not die on the spot.
Yeah, it's I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It is proper battle metal. It is.
Oh yeah.
It's up there with like Man of War and all that. We've just wanted to get you not the same style of music, it's the same style of metal, but just those songs that hypes you up and gets you ready for your day, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep, can get behind that. Ooh, okay.
I'm a big fan of the next song.
87 is Venom Prison with Abysmal Agony, which is also what we call listening to Robbie Williams. Anyway.
From Animus, isn't it?
It's from the debut, yeah, Animus.
Yeah. Oh,
Now,
that whole album is, in my opinion, absolutely phenomenal.
yeah, well, keep going, keep going. I'm going to let you riff on this one.
Okay.
I'll
Because you have a
explain
different
why in a
opinion,
minute.
don't you? I'm guessing.
No, go on, keep going.
Okay. It's. I was honestly surprised, but I remember seeing it on Bandcamp one day, just the album sitting like just there being top. Probably not even at top purchase at the time, but moving up there quite quickly. And then I got an article, so I thought, okay, I'll listen to it, and I pressed play, and my ears were just blasted with probably akin to like a Now Nafrek. Just sort of impressed with how angry it was.
As a side note, if a Now Nafrak ain't on this list somewhere, I'm going to have to kill someone. Right, so here's my big confession with this. I do like Venom Prison. My big confession is I'm guilty of I've only listened to all three of their albums once. I've not had let them had time to grow on me properly.
And that was the Psychosin Project, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Oh,
I'm joking.
The Psychosin Project. Yeah. But yeah, it is something I've got to sort out in my life. I would like to see them live and hopefully sort out some kind of interview.
Apparently, they're supposed to be really good live.
Yeah, unfortunately, they released their last album just at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yes, they did.
So, yeah. But moving on, 86 is something I can absolutely talk about. At 86 is Strapping Young Lad with
You
Love.
hate this band. What are you talking about?
I hate them so much, man, that I had them tattooed on me.
Ironically. You had them tattooed on you ironically.
Yeah, I went the hipster route. I only get bands I hate tattooed on me. No, I absolutely love this album. I've ironically enough, because it's called Love. Love this band, sorry. We won't talk about the last album, The New Black. It was fucking awful. Even Devin Townsend himself has said it's awful. And for those who don't know, yeah, he weren't happy with how that turned out. For those who don't know, Strapping Young Lad was the full-on extreme industrial metal project, very heavily influenced by Fear Factory, of Mr. Devin Townsend, who you now know as a nice, gentle, bald prog dude. You know,
he was once an angry man.
He was. And for proof of that anger, the two albums you need to listen to by Strapping a Lad are the one with this song on, which is called Alien, and of course, one of the heaviest albums of all time, and absolutely incredible. And if you have a massively loud sound system, crank it up and make sure your neighbours are out, called City. Everyone needs a copy of City. Katie, you need a copy of City on vinyl.
I do. I know I need a copy of City. No, I do.
But yeah, Love, you may have caught it on a music channel because the music video was basically a 4-minute version of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Strap Me On Lad, absolutely awesome.
I'm still waiting for to do an album with Drew though.
Yes. Shit the bed. Can you imagine that? The next David Townsend album, and now backing vocals you just hear.
That would be their best album.
Oh, and if do you know what? Only a very small section of people who listen to this will know what the hell we're on about.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Anyway, 85, a supergroup, Audio Slave with Cochise from their debut album. Audio Slave were the supergroup that was formed by members of Rage Against the Machine and one of the best vocalists of the grunge period, or one of the best vocalists probably in metal period, Mr. Chris Cornell. Rest in peace. This song I can get behind. This is an absolutely superb opener to an album. Absolutely just brilliant. Unfortunately, it's such a high point as an opener of the album. The rest of the album didn't quite reach it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Audio Slave, there was a lot of potential there. They had some really good songs, but didn't quite love any of their albums, personally.
I unfortunately couldn't really get into them.
Yeah, fair enough. And even though I think Chris Cornell was an absolutely amazing vocalist.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Rage Against the Machine. I mean, he's Rage Against the Machine, for Christ's sake. Together, didn't quite hit there. Right, 84. Literally the only song of this band I can talk about because it's the only song of theirs I like.
I was going to say my controversial opinion of the next band is I don't like them.
Fair enough. Coheed and Cambria, welcome home. As I mentioned earlier, I like a bit of prog rock. However, Coheed and Cambria fall into that level of prog rock known as Dream Theater. And for me, Dream Theater prog rock is incredibly dull and boring, and songs get dragged on for too long. However, Welcome Home is the one song I like. I really like this because it's literally only 4.5 minutes long.
The thing is, with the album as a whole, I remember when the album came out and it was just getting rave reviews in quite a lot of magazines. And so I went out and got it, and my God, was I disappointed.
Yeah. Apart from that song, Welcome Home was the first song on the album.
That's definitely a good song.
It starts off strong, and then it just meanders around for about 60 minutes. And you're just like, oh, God, what have I done? And then you find out there's all this massive lore behind the story of the album, and you need to have listened to the other previous 3 albums or something.
You need to do homework to listen to an album.
I mean, I appreciate the scope of it all and it being this massive sci-fi epic or something. I do have 4 albums. I have 2 other Coheed and Cambria albums, including, I think their last one is Lovers in Space Time or something. No, that's a game. It's called Lovers or something like that. Because I thought maybe it was just that album. No, can't get into them. Cannot get into them. I don't know why. On a different note, the vocalist looks nothing like he sounds like.
No, he doesn't at all.
If you listen to this, open up Google on another tab, go to Coheed, look up Coheed and Cambria vocalist, and you'll see what we mean.
It's Claudio Sanchez, isn't it?
Yeah, when you hear that voice coming out of this big hairy dude, you kind of get taken aback a bit, like I did. Oh dear. Right. Where are we? 83. 83. Oh, I think we can both talk about this one, mate. Enslaved, bounded by allegiance from Issa.
Oh yeah. That's a damn fucking good song.
Now, the band member who's talking about this is some guy from Chemist, who are a pretty good band. He said it was the first Enslaved album he ever heard. Same here. Issa was the first Enslaved album I ever heard.
Yeah, same for me. I think it's a lot of people's first one, to be fair.
Yeah, and I got into it through the title track, Issa, which is still one of my favourite Enslaved songs ever, although I doubt they ever play it live anymore. This is probably the beginning of Enslaved going progressive on this album.
Yeah, I'd say so. Sort of progressive and starting to, sort of tell Nordic stories. In some songs, anyway.
Well, I don't know if they were doing that before, because they were sort of... Were they folk black metal or were they pure black metal before this?
Pure black metal.
Oh, right. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. I think this is when they started moving into... I don't know if they had done it anyway, but like more like Norse mythology.
Yeah.
In their lyrical theme.
Which is something they're still doing now. In a much more broader scope. In fact, of all their latter day albums, the 2000 albums, this is probably one of their lesser ones, in a way. It's still awesome, don't get me wrong, but Enslaved get even better than this as time goes on.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
I mean, the last 3 albums especially, good God.
I was going to say, I still haven't listened to Utgard yet.
Oh, Utgard is good. Utgard is good. Oh dear. So I've just got to clean up on aisle pants.
Oh!
Right, on to 82, just to quickly move this. Oh God, this is a band I'm guilty of never listening to. Nagura Bungit, I think that's how you pronounce it, with Tesoro de Lumine. No idea.
Again, they're just a black metal band I need to get round to, unfortunately.
One of those bands that got bandied around forever and ever, and I've just never got round to. Cannot comment on this one.
No, neither can I, I'm afraid.
So I feel it would be unfair. Can't comment on the next one either. 81, Let Live with Banshee, Ghost Fame from the Blackest Beautiful. Now, I believe Let Live are hardcore?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
I think they are.
Post-hardcore, experimental rock metalcore, apparently, according to Wikipedia.
Fair. So it might be during the period where I really didn't want to hear any more metalcore, because every other band coming out was metalcore, which is unfair, because there's probably some really good ones that are passed over just because they just sound like about a million other bands. I've heard of Let Live, never listened to them at all. And when it comes to post-hardcore, I'm very picky. In fact, I think there's only one post-hardcore band I can 100% say I love, and they're arguably post-hardcore, and that's Glassjaw.
Yeah, fair enough. I get that.
Glassjaw, although they might be on here actually. But yeah, can't comment on it, never heard it. So over to you, Katie.
Yeah, I can't comment on Let Live either, or am I moving on to the next one?
Go to the next one.
I'm never going to get the pronunciation of this one right, but number 80 is it Mierka?
Possibly. I've never heard her say it. So
no, neither have I. With The Serpent from... I can't remember what album that's from, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Which album's that from?
Your list has got it wrong.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. I've got it down as Funeral in the magazine.
Okay, cool. So we'll have to go from you from now on then, unless I can find another article. Metal Injection is completely wrong. Do not go on Metal Injection.
The Serpent is the right album.
Okay.
the song is on this album, which is Marguerite, but yeah, it's the song is Funeral. I don't know where he got the serpent from.
So second album, yeah.
Yes, when she was starting to drift. The second album was a weird sort of half folk songs, half black metal songs thing.
It really divided the black metal community, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, well, Merca does in general.
Unfortunately, yeah. She's very hated on in the black metal community.
And her last album was pure folk.
Yes.
Absolutely folk. Personally, I think she's fucking brilliant. But...
Oh, God, yeah, I do as well. She's fucking awesome.
And it makes me laugh when people are like, oh, she's doing something completely different. How dare she do this sort of be all punk rock and do something different for black metal and that. It's like, what? Be more black metal than most of you who are doing the same thing.
I think her vocals are quite like they could be quite like nightmare inducing.
Yeah, I mean,
terrifying sometimes.
The best way to hear her more black metal stuff would be M, the first album, I believe. Yeah. It's called M. Marguerite is probably a good entry point though, because you get half and half.
That's true. Yeah.
If you went with her last album, then you'd be expecting folk music from her previous two albums, and you'd be shocked.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah. Yeah, can recommend Merca. Have you got anything else you'd like to add there? Ooh.
No, I don't think I do. To be fair, it's just again, go listen to it. It's, yeah.
And if you are a hardcore black metal person, and you're going to moan about her not being black metal, blah blah blah, have you thought that maybe she never wanted to be pure black metal? Just
the problem is the people who say stuff like that just want more Darkthrone,
We want.
That's obviously we all want more Darkthrone, but there's so many bands. There's so many bands out there who do classic Darkthrone already.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love Darkthrone to do another an album as good as Transylvanian Hunger, which is the best of that trilogy for me. Yes, I will fight you. I know people got to say A Blaze in the Northern Sky, but I will fight you, Transylvanian Hunger.
To be fair, unpopular opinion, I fucking loved Arctic Thunder.
Arctic Thunder for their more rock and roll thing. And FOAD as well. Fuck Off and Die was really good.
Yes.
But anyway, yes. We keep distracting ourselves.
We do.
79, interesting inclusion. Considering I'm sure this band has definitely released better songs. 79, Megadeth with Head Crusher.
Head Crusher?
Head Crusher. From Endgame.
Interesting. Very interesting choice.
There's better songs on the Endgame.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, for me, their best post-2000s album is one that a lot of people don't like. No, it's not Super Collider. It's actually United Abominations. I love that album. I know a lot of people don't. But Endgame is one that everyone seemed to love, and I couldn't get on with that well. But even so, Head Crusher seems weird when you've got stuff like Public Enemy #1 was released in this century, and Kick the Chair and stuff like that.
So, I'd definitely say are much better songs.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've a feeling there'll be more Megadeth on here, but
I would have thought so, yeah.
We will see. I also know there will probably be a certain band on here that I'm not relishing talking about, but we'll get to that.
I'm interested to find out who that's going to be.
Oh, you know.
Do I?
Oh, it starts with M. Oh dear, it's My Chemical Romance. No, actually, they probably will be on here now. Come to think of it,
I don't know. Metal Hammer doesn't usually deal with My Chem stuff.
Yeah, but they had their revival, didn't they? There's been the whole emo revival.
Oh, I honestly didn't know.
Yeah, there has been. They actually reformed. So, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, is this 2006?
Yeah, I know. 78, Beast Milk with Death Reflections, Death Reflexus. I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know who Beast Milk are. I'm gonna risk typing them in and hope I don't misspell and type in breast milk.
Freudian slip. So you say. Hope.
I've got no clue who they are, I'm afraid.
No, we'll skip that one then, because we're both lost. 77, for all you hardcore people out there, you chads, as it were, with your string vests and all that. I don't know, I'm not saying string vests. I wasn't saying that, like I'm taking the piss. I actually like this song. 77 is Hatebreed with I Will Be Heard. It's a classic.
Oh, yeah.
It is an absolute classic. And although I'm not the biggest fan of Hatebreed, and I'm very, very picky on my hardcore, I can't deny that song. That is absolutely superb. It's one of the few times Hatebreed didn't quite blatantly just rip off a Slayer riff as well.
Oh, controversial, but you're not wrong.
Well, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, I have listened to it. I've got 2 Hatebreed albums, and it did get to a point where it was a game of spot the Slayer song.
Oh dear.
So yeah, but I Will Be Heard. Yeah, just that. I mean, I've got to go through my head now. Just that. I will be heard. Yeah, fucking brilliant, mate. Kind of song that makes you want to go out and punch people who don't wear masks in shops.
I just want to do that anyway, to be honest.
Well, so do I, but unfortunately I'd lose my job. So 76, I'm going to say, and then I'm not the expert on this band. However, Katie here is a bit of an expert. So I'm going to let her take the reins on 76, which is Sabaton with Ghost Division.
Is that from Coat of Arms? Art of War. Art of War?
Says the Art of War. I think they've got that wrong because I'm sure the Art of War is a Vader album.
No, Art of War is a Sabaton album. It's based on the essay by Sun Tzu.
Oh, right. It's just the cover looks like it could be a coat of arms thing. It's got a helmet with a load of swords and that.
I just looked at my copy. It is Art of War.
Oh, it is Art of War. Okay.
Yeah. So yes, the opening track. Awesome song. There's a reason that they open every single show ever with it. It's a really just a awesome, like, it just hypes you up for, I guess, running into battle and dying in a trench.
Oh yeah, I need to get hyped for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Obviously, I don't know if Sabaton's coming up again, but one of their best songs.
I mean, you say that. I'll be very surprised if like Carolus Rex doesn't come up.
I was going to say just any song of Calorus Rex is probably better than Ghost Division.
Yeah, I mean, bear in mind we are only at 86 at the moment, so
that's true. Yeah.
I don't think they've got a one band per entry thing. So,
as far as we know.
Coming up next, I'll take the lead on this one because I'm not sure if you know them. 75 is Beartooth with In Between. Beartooth are an absolutely awesome hardcore stroke metalcore kind of slightly rock poppy type band. I don't know how to describe them really. It's from their debut album, which was called Disgusting, and it's probably still their best album. And this song is catchier than an itch full of hairy people. It's
so don't listen to it before I go to bed because it'll be stuck in my head. Yeah,
honestly, it's really heavy. It starts really heavy, and then the chorus is just like one of them really awesome choruses where it just kicks in, and it's just one of those really uplifting things that you get stuck in your head, and you never forget it, and you basically end up having to listen to it every day for at least a month, like it's your new version of musical heroin. That's how good this song is.
I'm definitely. You've sold me. I'm going to give it a go.
But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The next 2 albums by Beartooth are good as well, but they never quite wrote a song as good as In Between for me. So with that being said, we should go into 74. A bit of metal from the Ukraine. Eric, if you're listening to this, I know you're going to enjoy this. Ginger with Pisces.
Only number 74.
Again, that is surprising, considering the amount of reaction videos to the live version in studio on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit, I knew of Ginger beforehand, but I only knew one song, which was Sit, Stay, Roll Over.
Which I believe you showed me quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was back when the lead singer, she still had the dreads.
Yes.
It was a very, very heavy song. And then their label sent me the album with that on, which was King of Everything, which is actually a superb album. I think it actually had this album on it, this song on it. Yeah, it does. And it got me into Ginger. Now, Ginger have gone on to being more progressive. And yeah, if you've not heard Pisces, it's a song that really showcases their vocalists' talent to do the heavy vocals, but also how awesome her singing voice is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why there's so many, especially like vocal coaches reacting to
Yeah, absolutely.
her vocals and going in depth explaining how difficult it is to do what she does.
Yeah. Also, in the music video, she does look a bit like Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction for some reason.
Yeah, she does. You're not wrong.
So, yeah, weird thing to end on there, but oh, really? Above Gin? Oh, right. Okay.
Is it Asking Alexandria?
Continue. What's the song, mate?
The final episode.
Let's change channel from Stand Up Scream now. Slight confession. I don't mind this band.
I'll let you take reins then.
Small problem. Don't mind this band, but this is literally the one album I don't have.
So you've not listened to this song?
So I haven't got a goddamn clue. For me, I would have picked Into the Fire from their self-titled album the other year, which was strangely enough produced by Jonathan Davis of Korn, oddly.
Wow.
But yeah, Asking Alexandria, yes, they've got floppy fringes and floppy haircuts, and yes, they did start off as a bit of a scene band like Bring Me the Horizon did. I'm talking about two bands that like 90% of the metal world hates right now, and admitting I like both. But they really did grow into becoming their own in something a lot better. But this song, can't talk about. I don't know it.
Unfortunately with me for Asking Alexandria is when they came around, without making you feel old, is I was still in school when they were everywhere, and at that point I was starting to get into like death metal and like brutal death, gore grind and stuff like that. So going from that to Asking Alexandria, it just didn't mesh with me at all.
Yeah, you went from that to power metal.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Just partway out of nowhere, it's just like, I'm going to listen to this song about riding a dragon. I love this song about riding a dragon.
And here comes power metal Autumn with some glory out of nowhere.
I don't know how it happened. It just out of nowhere. Just went from listening to just like gore.
It's one of those things. One day you just need to hear that one song that makes you go, "Oh, now I understand that."
Yeah, I think that's what happened to me in power metal. And then I just fell in love with the genre ever since.
Yeah. Now next
up, it's the same for me in depressive black metal. Is hearing it at first, I thought this is just people crying into a microphone, and then I just heard one really good depressive black metal album, and it's one of my favourite subgenres now.
When you say people crying into a microphone, just to clarify, we're not talking emo.
Oh God, no. Have you ever heard of a band called is it Silencer?
I don't know. Probably.
Yes.
That sounds like suicide, depressive black metal thing.
Yeah. So there's a band called Silencer. They only ever released one album, and it's definitely some. The vocals would probably make you laugh the first time you hear them.
Is it going to be Mayhem all over again for me?
It'll probably make you laugh more.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'll have to check them out because I'll try and get over that hurdle to get into them.
I wouldn't say start with Silencer for depressive.
Fair enough. I might have some depressive black metal somewhere, but
I've got
So,
I've probably got something you could borrow or like put onto a hard drive somewhere.
yeah, I might have some. It's just thing is very hard to tell which are suicidal depressive black metal, and which are just black metal sometimes. So,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
anyway, 72, The Who with Wolf Totem, not The Who as in WHO, The Who as in HU.
I've not heard this song. The only two songs I've heard are Uve Uve U and the song they did for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I didn't know they'd done one for that.
I didn't know either until I opened up until it's like the opening credits of the game, and I was like, I recognise that voice. Oh shit, it's The Who.
Oh, fair enough. Interesting band, all sort of traditional instruments and folk singing, I believe it's called.
Hungarian folk rock, I believe.
Yeah.
Mongolian, sorry.
Yeah, I'll say not Hungarian. The issue was I've got the album, but because they have a very specified style, a lot of the songs just bled into another.
Fair enough.
So, to pick out a song like that, could be one of a million songs I've got going through my head right now. So, I know it was a single, but yeah, I couldn't tell you. Oh God, no idea on this one. 31, The Devil's Blood, River of Gold.
I've got no clue, to be honest.
How did the band never got round to listening to them?
Apparently psychedelic rock, according to Wikipedia.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll skip that one then. This ain't going well. 70, Every Time I Die, The New Black from Gutter Phenomenon. For one, God damn you, Every Time I Die, stop trying to remind me of that awful Strapping Young Lad album. And two, I don't know this song. I know the band, don't know the song.
You know more than me because I don't know the band.
Yeah, they're sort of a weird hardcore, metallic hardcore thing with a bit of punk rock. They're a bit all over the place, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I don't know the song, so we'll have to skip that. 69. Good old Alexi with Children of Bodom and Needled 24/7. I'll let you riff on this first.
So I've got the complete wrong song again. What song was it?
Needled 24/7. The opening, I think it's the opening track from Hate Crew Death Roll.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'd say that for me, as I said, Bodom were a gateway band to me getting into heavier stuff, and that was the first album of theirs I listened to, and I don't listen to Bodom as much these days, but if I put that on, that at least that song will definitely be like at least a good memory.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's the one Bodom album I actually like.
Yeah.
All the way through, and that song is the song that made me at first go, oh, actually, maybe I could get into this band. It was that, and what was the other song? There's another really goddamn good song on there as well. Oh, Six Pounder.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome
Six
song.
Pounder, yeah. Them two songs that were like, if Children of Bodom had like continued writing songs like that, I would have absolutely loved them. But obviously, they went into a different direction. But yeah, Need 24/7, I'm 100% behind. And not only that, but they're the number 69. Nice. 68 is a UK band. The UK Deftones, you could call them. Loathe with Two-Way Mirror from I Let It In and It Took Everything. You're clueless, aren't you?
I am afraid, yeah.
Okay, they're a newer band. The album only came out last year. Really, really good band, especially if you like Deftones. Really new sounds to it, branching out in their own way. Yes, they have got that big Deftones influence, as I said. If you've not listened to Loathe yet, and you like that kind of ethereal metal, definitely give them a listen. I've got to listen to that album a few more times as well to let it really take over me. But yeah, cannot recommend that enough to you. 67, I have no idea. Amenra with Uncruise.
I've got no idea either, in all honesty. According to Wikipedia, sludge metal.
I will have to give them a listen.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to 66 with Steel Panther and deaf to all but metal. Yeah, this is the band that
Again, higher than Pisces.
I thought you meant my voice then. I mean, yeah, this is true. This is true, but we could be saying that about every song that comes up, in all honesty.
I should probably just give up on that bit.
Yeah, this is a song that made me actually really love Steel Panther, I'll be honest.
I mean, the album as a whole is really good, I think.
Yeah, Steel Panther, they don't get spoken about much about their album quality, but their albums are actually generally really good.
Yeah.
Apart from Lower the Bar, that one I found to be a bit lacking.
Unfortunately, it's the only one I own.
What, Lower the Bar?
Yeah.
Nah,
it's not a great album. It didn't do it for me.
Their newest album, Heavy Metal Rules, I think it's called. It's got a very 80s cover on it. Well, of course, it does. It's Steel Panther. That and the album before Low the Bar as well. The World Is Ending or something like it's called. Both of them are absolutely superb. Superb. But yeah, Steel Panther. I know people go scoff, they're just a joke band, but I mean, come on, guys. Metal is meant to be ludicrous. Metal needs people to poke fun at it. I mean, you've got people like Devin Townsend who poke fun at himself all the time and yet make some of the most amazing metal ever. So
or Abath. Sorry,
or Abath, yeah. You know, who, you know, when he gets on stage, it makes him feel immortal.
I forgot that's how he answered.
Up next,
a cheeky look to the camera as well.
Exactly. 65. Oh yes, Fintroll and Trollhammering. One of the ultimate folk metal songs.
It's a great drinking song.
Really is.
If you're having a drink and it comes on.
Yeah. I mean, even the video is just them in a pub as trolls.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it translates live really goddamn well as well.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah. They're awesome guys as well. I got the chance to interview them on their tour bus many years ago. Really fantastic band and album. Don't remember what album it's on. It's not on the album Trollhammering. I know that much. I don't know why they've put that there. Up next is Primordial at 64 with Empire Falls. Now, this is on an album that was just before I started listening to Primordial, so I only know the album after it.
So my experience with Primordial is I've not listened to any of their studio albums, but I've got a live DVD that I was given. So I might have heard this song,
right?
But I don't remember by name because the DVD didn't have a track list.
How the hell did you end up with a DVD without a track list?
I know.
Like, did it not even come up with the names of the songs on the bottom or something as you're watching?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I might have heard this song. What I have heard from that DVD, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, the two albums I've listened to, I'm feeling one of them's called In the Land of Giants or something like that, were really good, but they're not one of my go-to bands, as it were. But yeah, Primordial, we'll skip that. Potentially you have heard, but we don't know.
Yeah.
63 is a big one.
And
I'm surprised it's this low down.
So am I. Especially
Evanescence with Bring Me to Life, a number one UK top 40 song.
Where it's still played probably daily, probably every few hours on Kerrang still.
Still got to be their biggest song they've ever released. I mean, the amount of money they must have made from just this one song. And I know a lot of people are very much like, well, they don't belong in the goth genre and all that. One, Amy Lee is an incredibly talented singer. I mean, and they are definitely goth elements to their sound. And two, okay, it is commercial as hell, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of commercialism. It helps people find other bands. If someone said to you, "Oh, I got into goth through listening to Evanescence, and then I found Sisters of Mercy," you can't really have a go at them, can you? You know.
No. I mean, to be fair as well, with Bring Me to Life, it was the best thing to come out of the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Apart from the credits. Yeah, I think, yeah. Admittedly, the rest of the album wasn't quite as strong as Bring Me to Life, but it did give us Amy Lee, which I'm forever thankful for. And she can definitely sing live. Oh, good Lord, can she sing live? I've seen them live twice. And I feel we need to put a bit of a pin in this here and say that if a band is not to your liking because they're a bit more commercial, you've got to remember there are things known as gateway bands.
Yeah.
So people might see these bands as a way to get into heavier music or whatever. So if someone does say this is something that's a lot lighter in a certain style you listen to yourself, don't mock them for it. Don't be that dickhead. These are the next generation of metalheads, people. Come on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
we all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Evanescence saved me from having to see Metallica live at Download, so I will forever be thankful to them for that. Because my options were see Metallica in a really small tent or watch a very, very attractive woman sing at me for like 45 minutes. I went with the very, very attractive woman singing at me for 45 minutes.
What? But you love Metallica. They're your favourite band. You've got a James Hetfield body pillow.
I'm sure we'll come to that later when, that was a bad choice of words. I'm sure when, some anger comes up on this list or something, we'll come to that.
Or where it's the one album of theirs that you like.
I won't release this century.
Oh, was it not?
No.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, dear. Up next is Opeth with Ghost of Perdition. Possibly the album just before, 2 albums before they started to lose the death metal vocals.
Ghost Reveries, is this one on?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the massive single for them.
Oh, honestly, I can see why.
Yeah, it was, also you've got Simone Simons of Epica commenting on it, so she's a fan, and, Simone Simons is an awesome vocalist. So
she is, yeah.
Yes. And also, the band she fronts, Epica, and herself, obviously, as the singer, are literally, so far, the only band who have done a good Fear Factory cover, in my personal opinion. So, there we go.
And they did a whole album covering Attack on Titan songs.
Yes, which I've not listened to, but that might be because I've not actually watched Attack on Titan. I know.
We need to sit down and watch Attack on Titan at some point. It's incredible.
I'm a fake weeb. 61. Oh, I'm so behind this. I'm almost spaffing. So that was a bit graphic. Akakoka with a skin for dancing in. I didn't think this would make it.
I don't think any Akakoka was going to make it, to be honest.
And if any Akakoka was to make it, I'm glad it's this. This is my favourite Akakoka song, and definitely in my top 5 favourite black metal songs of all time.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I know you can argue whether Akakoka are black metal or not, but yeah.
I'd say they are.
Yeah, they're a strange one, because obviously they've got the progressive elements and slight death metal elements and all that to them as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just a bit of a... if you're going to go on just the black metal label, I guess you could probably say avant-garde black metal. Or experimental black metal, possibly.
They're probably close to just progressive black metal. Avant-garde black metal is...
stuff like Igor.
I was going to say it's like strange, but obviously it's strange as avant-garde.
Yeah, that's more akin to stuff like from Igor.
Yeah, definitely.
Avant-garde, yeah. Yeah, I'd say progressive black metal.
Actually, you brought Igor up. It would be nice to see Very Noise in here.
Hey!
Still haven't changed that as my Xbox user picture.
I've noticed.
Anyway, 60 is Cave In with In the Stream of Commerce. I know Cave In Don't know this album.
I don't know who Cave In are, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. So we'll move on.
I typed in Cave In and I've got news articles, so...
Fair enough. 59 is Grand Majors with Hammer of the North. Know the band. Don't know this album or this song. And this band annoy me slightly.
Why's that?
Because they have an amazing vocalist. They try to be straightforward heavy metal. They just haven't quite learned how to write a great album yet.
No, I get that. Yeah.
In my personal opinion, there's the odd songs that you're just like, yeah, this is awesome, and then
I don't think what they write fits the vocalist.
No,
personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird one. They're getting there. They are getting there, but
they're getting better every album, I'd say.
Yeah, it's the thing.
It's been a long ride.
If you want like that kind of rougher, pure heavy metal, listen to Orange Goblin. That last Orange Goblin album, Wolf God. Oh God, that was good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Orange Goblin would be the way to go if you want this style of music.
Oh no, Wolf God was the last Grand Major set. I think it's The Wolf Bites Back is Orange Goblin.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, 58 ISIS with Wait. I know ISIS
Was.
Was?
Because it looks like is. So
Oh.
was. That way we won't get on an FBI list, even though we've already said it. So.
I don't know the song. I know they're post rock though, and I've got 2 of their albums.
Unfortunately, the only thing I know of the band is I remember reading an article that someone who purchased some merch got arrested thinking they were buying extremist like support stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know of the band, unfortunately.
Oh dear. I mean, yeah, that was. I don't know why call your name that. Or call your band that. Really, at that time.
I don't know if that particular group existed when this band formed. Is the problem?
Not sure. I mean, not sure if Oceanic was their debut or not.
I mean, they formed in '97, and the band formed in '97.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's like the Anthrax thing where they said we're not changing our name.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. 57, I can actually speak about. Stone Sour Through Glass.
It's the only song I know of Stone Sour, and I know that's a sin.
Really?
It's the only song I know, and
wow.
I hate to say that.
Well, the good news is you know a song from their best album.
Okay.
Come Whatever May is still the best Stone Sour album by a fair mile for me. Corey Taylor is a strangely still underrated vocalist in a way.
I think people don't understand like his sort of how good his clean vocals actually are.
Yeah, this is the thing, because obviously with Slipknot he's in a lot of the heavier vocals and all that. Even on the new album, there's more clean vocals than ever probably on that new album, but he's not quite stretching his clean vocals as much as he does in Stone Sour and his solo career.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stone Sour, brilliant song, brilliant ballad, which I don't think anyone was seeing coming at the time from the vocalist of Slipknot, for Christ's sake. I know they'd tried that before with Stone Sour. Tried it before with what was it for the Spider-Man soundtrack? The video had him getting old in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot what song that. Yeah,
Bother.
That's it. Sorry, when you said Spider-Man soundtrack, for some reason my brain went to Spider-Man 1. What's that?
Were you thinking of Bloody Hero?
Fucking unfortunately, yes.
Oh god. Good old Jack Ogo and fucking Josie from Saliva. The collaboration no one asked for. But yeah, Through Glass, brilliant ballad from a band who you wouldn't expect ballads from. 56. Is it Immortal and All Shall Fall? which strangely enough, if I remember rightly, sounds like a Nine Inch Nails song at the beginning.
It does, yeah, very much so. Interestingly, I agree that it's a great song, but this century has also had the album Sons of Northern Darkness, which I think just overall is a much better album.
Oh, that's a tough choice for me.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
I love both. I do love both. I don't think I've heard an Immortal album I don't like. I mean, even the one without Abath is pretty good. Relentless.
It's just trying to sound like Abath. It still sounds like Abath is on Northern Chaos Gods.
That's it, Northern Chaos Gods, thank you. But yeah, Immortal, All Shall Fall, brilliant album. It's just a shame it took another 5-6 years just to get another album, and that Abath got kicked out essentially.
Yeah, I mean his solo stuff is, well, I say solo stuff. But
his solo stuff is getting better.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, Outstrider was brilliant. The first album,
I agree. Yeah.
Up next, it's the Suffolk Lads, Cranium of Filth, with Nymphetamine. A song that, if you're in the UK and you had Kerrang or any music video channel,
You could not escape.
you got sick of.
I find it quite interesting they chose Nymphetamine, because Midian came out in the year 2000, I believe.
Yeah, but Her Ghost in the Fog might be higher up.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, I forgot we was only
I'll
at
be
55.
surprised if it's not.
Yeah, I forgot we was only at 55.
Yeah, if this whole list doesn't have like Her Ghost in the Fog or around the same time that come out, Through the Fire and Flames on it, I'll be very surprised. Like Dragonfall's got to be on it. It'll be that song, if nothing else.
Yeah, fair enough.
54, Carpenter Brute with Turbo Killer. I know Carpenter Brute, but I haven't got that album. It's synthwave.
Synthwave, huh?
Yeah.
I've been getting into synthwave lately. I'll have to check that out, actually.
Carpenter Brute are really good, along with Perturbator. There is another band, but I can't remember for the life of me what they're called. That's really good as well. Do like me a bit of synthwave.
I've quite a few of the cassettes I've bought lately have been synthwave, so I've been getting into that lately.
Fair enough. Cassettes? By the way?
Yeah, cassettes. I know. I'm up to date with my music formats.
No, I'm just surprised you have something that plays them.
I've got a box that plays CDs, vinyls, and cassettes.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, 53. Zeal and Ardor. Devil is Fine. Unfortunately, I've only got the second album.
You've not heard Devil is Fine?
No, I've only got Strange Fruit, which I really enjoyed. So, Zeal and Ardor is that band that's a strange mix of oh god,
soul music, I'd say, spiritual soul,
slave music.
Unfortunately, yeah,
is
the correct is the official term that he uses, and black metal.
Yeah, I think that's the best one I'm gonna be able to put it. Really unique, really good. Somehow I haven't had a third album yet.
He's done an EP, and it's very angry.
Oh, fair enough.
He released it, I believe, during the Black Lives Matter movement, to give you an idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We'll move quickly on because we don't want to get stuck in that.
Yes. There's not much to say. Just go listen to it. It's very atmospheric, really good, but it's heavy. It's a heavy listen.
Fair enough. 52 is Tesseract with Of Mine Nocturne. I know Tesseract.
I was going to say, I know the band.
Not a massive fan of Tesseract. They have their moments, but I don't know the song.
I agree. Yeah, they definitely have some. They definitely have some good songs, but I can't name them at the top of my head.
No. So we'll go on to 51. Oh, I'm surprised this is so low. It's with Sugar and Bleed.
Why is this 51?
Yeah, I agree. Why? I mean, if you know nothing else of Meshuggah, you will know this riff. You will know this song, and you will know the insane drumming for this song as well, and the fact that it goes on for 7 solid minutes. This is Meshuggah's masterpiece.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
I mean, the album was pretty bloody good as well, but yeah, this is, when you say it Meshuggah to a metal fan, this is probably the song they'll instantly know. And it introduced a wider world to Meshuggah face.
Or if you don't know what Meshuggah face is, Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Yeah, just look up Meshuggah and you'll probably see the vocalist pulling Meshuggah face. Like, this is literally the face he pulls on stage while singing. So, anyway, yes. We're at the halfway point, and 50 is Waldruna with Helvigen. I have the album after this. I don't have this one.
I've not listened to Wardrona, I'm afraid. I feel like that's a lot of what I'm saying at the moment, is I don't know who this is or I've not listened to this.
That's all right. It's like... Norse music.
Okay.
Norse traditional music. Yeah, that's about the best I can give it. And I believe the guy who does it used to be an enslaved, or is an enslaved. I think he used to be an enslaved.
Okay.
I can't see anything. 49. Judas Priest with Lightning Strike from Firepower. I would have chosen the title track, personally.
Yeah, I agree. I would have chosen title track as well.
But Firepower was stunning album.
That whole album, yeah. The whole album is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the previous Judas Priest album, which was, oh god, not Day of Reckoning, Redeemer of Souls. Didn't like that one. Didn't like that one at all. But yeah, Firepower, superb. 48 is Disturbed and the Sickness. And you would think a metal magazine would know that the song is actually called Down with the Sickness.
I was honestly thinking that. I was wondering if that's a different song.
No, it's Down with the Sickness.
Okay.
They've just put the Sickness because they're idiots. Everybody knows this song.
Yeah. It's also been memed to death as well.
Yeah, it's ubiquitous. It is everywhere. It includes like the sounds, the vocal utteration that David Draymond got known for, that he doesn't do anymore. Essentially, not as often anyway. And don't get me wrong, David Draymond's a brilliant vocalist, but the band do kind of drop the ball a fair amount with interesting music.
They're good live. I will say that they're good live.
Yeah, I've never seen them live. Oh no, yes I have, but it was during 10,000 Fists tour, I think.
Oh, okay.
When I saw them live at Download, but when I saw them live at Download, they didn't turn David Draymond's mic on until 3 songs in.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, he didn't realise.
Oh my god. How do you not realise?
I don't know. It might have been coming through the monitors, but he didn't realise it weren't transmitting out. So,
right.
Yeah. So we got video of 2 video screens showing him doing his whole dramatic arm motions and all this and singing his heart out, and no one could hear him.
Oh god, no.
Which included Down with the Sickness.
Oh my god. So that was the encore when I saw them.
Oh, fair enough. No, this was they only had that album out at the time. So yeah. 47. Within Temptation with Angels Now. I love it.
Off the Silent Force?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Angels is a song that you can't turn up too loud, because the high note she reaches while singing With Them Angels or whatever it is.
It will shatter your windows.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, you knew exactly the song it was there.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I mean, she's fantastic live as well, don't get me wrong, but Christ, this song. It's a beautiful song, but yeah. 46.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't even want to speak.
Fucking hell.
46 is Five Finger Death Punch with the bleeding. I'm not a Five Finger Death Punch fan. I have tried. I've listened to them. They just seem the most generic American metal I've ever heard.
It's like Southern America, like redneck metal.
It's like a B-movie version of a Pantera cover band to me. No, it's a no from me, Bob. It's a no from me. I don't know who Bob is. Yeah, no. Did you get dragged to see them live, or?
No, I just avoided that, thankfully.
Oh, that's all right then.
I would have refused anyway, to be fair.
Fair enough. I
refuse to support that man and give him money.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan before certain things come out, and I was even less of a fan when I found out. I think he got accused of beating his wife or something.
I didn't hear about that one.
It might have been him, but don't quote me on this.
The last thing I saw was when he blamed performing bad at a show on his mum dying, and his mum hadn't even died.
Oh yeah, there was that as well. And yes, that is a true thing that happened. Yeah, the band's a bit of a mess, really. I can't. No, not for me. 45 I can get behind, though. Testament. More than meets the eye. Sadly, not a song about Transformers.
I love the band, but I've still not listened to Formation of Damnation.
It's a pretty good album.
The last one I've listened. So for me, it'd probably be a song, from what I've heard, a song probably from Brotherhood of the Snake.
Yeah. I'll be honest, their last album I didn't find to be great.
What was their last one?
Something of Titans.
Oh, I've not listened to that one yet.
Titans of something also, yeah. More Than Meets the Eye is a banger of a song. Absolute banger of a song. It even gets away with a whoa part in it, for Christ's sake.
Sorry, from Testament?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's more Dragon Force's forte, isn't it?
Well,
sticking whoa into every single song.
Yeah. 44, Volbeat, still counting. I only know a couple of Volbeat songs. The vocalist's voice get on my tits.
I find Volbeat incredibly boring, in my opinion.
There is that as well, but they're almost Nickelback.
Yeah, I agree. They're like a less shit Nickelback, but that's not saying much.
No, marginally less shit Nickelback. 43, the only song I like by this incredibly overrated band, At the Drive-In, One Arm Scissor.
I've never listened to them.
I will give them this song. That's it. It's a Texan band, got really hugely hyped. The album this is on got hugely hyped. Then they broke up, and then they reformed a few years ago. Everyone's going mental about it, going, "Oh, amazing, they're back! Our Messiahs are back!" And I've released an album. I've listened to the album that One Arm Scissors on. I've listened to the newest album. They're shit. They're
fair enough.
Fucking boring. They're really dull. They're doing nothing majorly new. They're overrated as fuck. And I hate that everyone, so many people are just like, "Oh, At the Drive-In, No! Fuck At the Drive-In. They're awful. Also, when they play live, you're not allowed to mosh because they have a go at you from the stage and start calling you sheep.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, they don't.
They have a go if you're having fun at one of their shows.
Yeah, they don't like people moshing at their gigs.
That's
you can find
ridiculous.
You can find footage of it on YouTube. He's at Big Day Out or something. The vocalist is like, "I think it's sad that you have to be slam dancing to have fun, and you all sheep," and then he starts barring at them.
Fucking just let people do whatever they want. They've paid
Exactly.
They've paid money to go see you.
Exactly, and that's part of the reason I can't stand them. But it's mainly, I think the music's boring. So,
yeah, fair enough. Unfortunately,
42.
I need to pop to the loo again.
Go
I'm
for
so
it.
sorry.
No, it's all right.
I can't help it.
Oh dear, I have to have a rant about At the Drive-In some more.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, yeah. God, At the Drive-In. At driving, Five Finger Death Punch. At driving, not for me. Five Finger Death Punch, I to this day don't understand how that band got so big. If someone could explain to me, if you are indeed a Five Finger Death Punch fan and listening to this, or still listening to this after we went off all about them a minute ago, please pop to the comments and tell me why. And don't say it's their older stuff, right? Explain to me why you're still listening to them, because I want to know what it is about, especially the more recent albums, that you are still enjoying. Because what I heard was really dull. What I heard was really generic and boring. So I do not understand how people can like that band. There's talent there, definitely. The guitarists definitely have talent. The vocalist does have talent. I know he used to be a Motorgrader. But to me, they've produced nothing spectacular. And then titling songs like Champagne. I mean, come on. Really? I know they were hyped as being the next Pantera at one point, but no. They haven't got the talent or the charisma of Pantera. And, well, let's face it, no one's got to be another Dimebag Darrell. So, yes, Five Finger Death Punch, no. And at the driving, like I said, after their behaviour at live gigs, not interested. And then I thought when they'd done that comeback album in Terraria or something like that, I'll give it a go. Yeah, no, still didn't impress me all these years later. I do like post-hardcore, so who knows what it is, but there we go. And I believe Katie is back.
Hello, sorry, I know we're only at like number 40, but I might have to poddle off.
All right.
I'm afraid.
Right, no worries. All right, well, we'll finish this here.
Yeah.
And we'll do the last 42 another time.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
No, that's all right. It's all right. Gives me a bit of time to myself as well before I go to bed. All right, and well,
Fair enough.
Everyone, cheers for listening. We'll be back at some point soon, or I might edit this out and put both parts of the podcast together. Anyway, Katie, thank you for joining me, and we'll do the other 42 in the near future.
Yeah, we'll have to not do another 2-year break.
Well, yes, yeah, that might be taking the piss a bit. Right, okay, see you all later, everyone. I